Stretch of the high school wrestling regular season. Teams are battling to get into the district team championships or improve their rankings. Individuals are working hard to improve their postseason chances. All wrestlers driven by one thing, pride to do their best. Tonight, a York Adams Division I battle. It's Central York and Southwestern next on High School Sports Live. Good evening, everyone. John Repitz along with George Hartwick, ready to bring you another evening of live wrestling action presented by our two premier sponsors, PHFA, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, and Select Medical. And George, I guess you can call this battle between Central York and Southwestern the rematch. The teams met just on Saturday in the Waynesboro duels. Southwestern came out on top by 4 in that one, but tonight it's Central with the home mat advantage. So I guess we'll see if the Panthers can do a reversal on the Mustangs.
We will see. I think this is the second straight year where they've wrestled almost back-to-back, and both years they were very close battles, although it may be a quick one tonight, as you suggested, with a number of pins. We suspect under these dim lights, for those of you who are watching around the state, there's no doubt when wrestling happens, when all the lights go out, that light comes over the top of the mat, and when you got two teams that are evenly matched and backyard rivals, it will turn into an entertaining opportunity for all wrestling fans.
Okay, so get ready, get set. As George said, it could be a quick one tonight. Saturday's match had 7 pins, 1 tech fall, only 3 matches went the distance, so it could go quickly tonight, but you're going to have the best seat in the house, so get ready. It's Central York hosting Southwestern next on High School Sports Live.
Hey everybody, I'm at the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board talking with Corrine Donosky, who is the Director of Alcohol Education, and we are talking about know when, know how. Corrine, talk to me about the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board and its role in alcohol education.
The board promotes a no use and zero tolerance use for minors. Earlier than ever, children have started to consume alcoholic beverages. So by the age of 8, 1 in 3 children has tried alcohol, and that number jumps to 2 in 3 by the age of 12. So getting parents to understand the importance of starting conversations with their children earlier and earlier is important.
So the PLCB's new campaign is know when, know how. Talk to me a little bit about that message.
Our new campaign, it's a statewide campaign, it's called Know When, Know How, and we promote helpful tips for parents to begin starting conversations with their children. 80% of teens say that their parents influence their decisions with underage drinking. So it's important for parents to start conversations earlier than ever.
With that said about parents being involved, what are some things that parents can do to help educate their kids?
They can stay involved in their children's lives. They should know what their children are doing, where they're going, who they're going to be with, as well as their friends' parents. They should know the facts. If they visit our website, knowwhenknowhow.org, they can learn some helpful tips to start conversations with their children. Securing alcohol in their own homes. 7 out of 10 parents do not secure alcohol, so if they would secure it, then the children wouldn't have access to it.
For more information on how to start the conversation with your kids, go to knowwhenknowhow.org.
Welcome back to Central York High School, getting ready for our opening match at 170 pounds between Central York and Southwestern.
Yeah, we've got Antonio Rivera versus Cole Stremmel. Antonio Rivera from Central York, Cole Stremmel from Southwestern.
You mentioned that this is a rematch. These teams met just a couple of days ago, last Saturday, at the Waynesboro duels. And this is a rematch at 170. Cole Stremmel won this match over Antonio Rivera by a count. He took an 8-4 decision.
Again, one of the few matches that may go to the distance today. Trying to work inside ties. Work position. Head to head, not a lot of action.
This 170-pound match brought to you by Select Medical.
Both guys still feeling each other out. With a close match just in their recent memory, both guys know each other. First shot taken by Antonio Rivera, drives Cole Stremmel out of bounds. No takedown. We're back to neutral with 38 seconds remaining. Now Stremmel up underneath, trying to work a dump situation here. Rivera now front headlock, tucks his head. Now got to be careful, catches himself on his own hip. Continues to spin, tries to spin. Time's running out. Still working a front headlock. Stremmel able to turn and face. Rivera now trying to get around. Actually, nothing yet. That's a Peterson there. It should be 2 for Stremmel. Now with 2 back points as well. It's a Peterson there. A little bit too aggressive by Antonio Rivera. Stremmel comes up holding the wrist and the leg in a Peterson situation and earns 2 near fall to make the match 4-0.
So no scoring for the first minute 55, and then all of a sudden, bang.
Yep.
4 points there to end the first period.
Really strange situation. Got a little bit aggressive and forward from himself, did Rivera. And Stremmel did a great job of coming out both with a wrist and a leg, earning both 2 takedown and 2 near fall. Rivera selecting the bottom position in the second period. And I won't disappoint you, partner. You can't do anything with your head on the mat.
It took us, I think, 13 matches to get to that line.
Bottom guy's a matter of will, and Rivera does work free, gets his head off the mat, and is able to escape for 1.
We're going to be mentioning throughout this match tonight that this is a rematch. Any advantage knowing that you just wrestled this guy about 5 days ago?
Oh, you sort of know where you stand. You get a sense of the style of wrestling and sort of the outcome, and you also know from a strength perspective. When you're talking about 170, you get a chance to feel each other out in that way. So tend maybe not to open up as much if you think the guy's of equal strength and equal skill set. And in this case, both guys, now Rivera, this is his second shot, but no one's really opening up in an attempt to take control of this match. Rivera underneath again, hanging on to that elbow, hoping to find a far leg for a dump. Now front headlock by Stremmel, trying to circle again, hanging on. No throw bys, both guys on their feet, staying in neutral. A lot of exciting wrestling we were talking about happening around the state. A lot of exciting wrestling happening here in central Pennsylvania, and it's thanks to our sponsors we're able to bring it to you with a partnership with PCN.
Yeah, we have this, excuse me, this match going on here tonight in York Adams Division 1. Big matchup in Division 3 tonight in York Adams. It's DeLone and Bermudian, those teams battling for first place in Division 3.
So Stremmel selects the defensive position to begin the period, was successful in riding out in the entire last period. Now tries to roll through, and Rivera hangs on, tries to get a count there, but unable to do it. Stremmel now onto his feet. Up, looking for locked hands there. Both guys need to do a little bit more work, particularly Rivera here. He just looks like he's hanging on.
We'll go back to the middle, start it again.
Looks like Rivera is going to go optional start here. Optional start cuts Stremmel free. Gives up 1, now an attempt to hopefully try to earn 2 more from his feet. Now has to be the aggressor. Does so and gives up 2 right away, making the match 7-1. Cole Stremmel from Southwestern. Again here, Rivera can ill afford to wrestle with his head on the mat. Stremmel now trying to work a bar situation. He's got it locked underneath. He needs to flatten him out and be able to secure the far wrist. Now Rivera tries to work up. Able to. Cuts free for neutral, making it 7-2. 26 seconds remaining in the second period. Even though Rivera has to score points, he's got to be careful not to give up two. Tremmel's been able to counter effectively every shot attempt from Rivera.
So not much has changed since Saturday. Cole Stremmel won Saturday 8-4. Tonight he takes a 7-2 decision. You're watching High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
My name is Monica. I'm an elementary school teacher.
My name is Mitch. I'm a graphic design specialist.
We have 4 children. Currently we have life and auto insurance with Erie. Our agent is helping us to move our homeowners insurance to Erie as well.
They've always been a good company and good customer service. If anything ever happens to me, my family will be protected.
Call Logan or Warren Stumpf at Capital Region Insurance Agency, 717-731-1142.
So Southwestern gets on the board with a decision in the first match of the night. So now we move on to 180 pounds.
Deontay English. Yep.
Central York. It's taking on Chase Goodman.
Chase Goodman. Quick two by Deontay English. Gives up one and then earns another two for 4-1. Now gives up another one. Right back underneath for another two. Working well to let him up, take him down. Now tries a cross wrist tilt. Actually, no, he's got it locked up underneath. Unable to secure the 2 count there. Still has the wrist. He's got to return him back to the mat. Rolls through again. He's got to be careful. Now gives up one again to Goodman. Out of bounds, 6-3, 44 seconds remaining.
A referee tonight, Willie Metzger.
Willie, a long time facing wrestling at Bermudian Springs as a coach, now has joined the ranks of the officiating crew and has a lot of experience on the mat. And that's really what's necessary in order to put yourself in a position to know the rules and make sure they're applied appropriately.
In coaching ranks, if you leave the coaching ranks and go to becoming an official, is that like going to the dark side?
No, but I think coaches like to see people that have experience in wrestling and know the rules, and certainly as a coach, you spend 15 years as a coach, you know the rules.
So a good opening period by Deontay English of Central York as he comes away with a 6-3 advantage after the opening 2 minutes at our 182-pound match. Deontay was also successful on Saturday. He actually came up with a pin, but a different opponent. He pinned Nathan Hawkins in 122 Saturday. Tonight the opponent, Chase Goodman. So English 6-3 as we start period number 2.
That's Goodman up again for one. After all that work and takedowns, he's only separated by 2. That's got to start scoring some points off of those takedowns. Nice double leg. Nice quick turn in the corner there, making it 8-4. I don't know, it looks like he's grimacing there. I don't know what's happening now. Slow to return and still appears to be Went from grabbing his right wrist now to limping back to the center, does Deontay English. For those of you at home, if you're unable to come out, you get 2 injury timeouts, a total cumulative amount of 1 minute and 30 seconds.
He's clearly distressed right now. Says he's okay, so they continue.
First timeout, no change. Second timeout that was taken, the other wrestler who does not call the timeout is given choice of position anywhere on the mat. Third timeout, you are disqualified. Now double leg by Hawkins. English able to fight it off, but he looks like he's starting to run out of steam. Goodman hangs on to the whizzer there as English has the near side single. Now he loose arms through, gaining 2 more points, now extending his lead to 10-5. Gives up 1 and then takes him down for another 2. There he goes. Now it looks like he's trying to run a bar and push him to a side, and unable to secure anything with a solid motion towards going towards his back. Goodman able to belly down and keep the score 12-6.
So Deontay English take his 12-6 advantage now after 2 periods. In that quick move there of giving up the 1 and then the quick takedown, maybe an early candidate for our move of the match, George.
Yep. Thing is, it looks like Deontay is clearly skilled on his feet, but it looks like from a gas in the tank perspective, he might be running a little bit low. In that case, he was able to secure 1 by facing him and got lucky there. The out of bounds line helped him out, still in the neutral position.
Sometimes that outer arc's your best friend, isn't it?
Yep. That's why I would love to see high school change to the level of college rules where you only have to have a hand or a foot inbounds. The out of bounds line is less played and the action continues right through the takedown. We saw that rule change this year with pinning. You can actually pin somebody outside of the circle now, but with 2 supporting points in. Like to see it with takedowns as Deontay English now extends his lead with another takedown and now has him in a tilt situation, is able to put him on his back and actually was close to a fall there. Earns 3 near fall.
So the minute 12 left. That's now an 18-6 advantage. 3 more points by English and this match is over by technical fall.
Caution. In the case of the top position, you need to have your hand on the elbow, head and chin in the center of the back from the top position, and your other hand on the belly button. This gives up 1 and again attempts to get 2. Goodman now in on a single leg. English now almost hips directly into Goodman. Looks like it might end here, gentlemen. There it is.
There it is. Deontay English of Central York will win by fall at 182 pounds. You're watching live high school wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Welcome back to Central York. The Panthers on the board. It's now 6-3 in favor of them. We move to our third match of the night at 195 pounds. Jacob Dingus for Central York.
And you now have Dylan Goodman, is that correct?
Yep, Dylan Goodman wrestled Saturday for Southwestern at 195. Yep. So Dylan Goodman against Jacob Dingus.
Now we get to see what the Goodman brother looks like. The other one had a mask on, I believe, with normally a nose or face injury. We didn't get a chance to see him underneath the match. Underneath the mask, but Chance Goodman now earns the first 2 points. Try to exact some revenge for the Goodman brothers here from Southwestern. Now trying to throw a half. Looks like he's able to get to the side. He's driving and needs to get out more to the side. Yep, wasn't able to do it. Good job by Jacob Dings and fending it off.
Keep moving, Jake.
Dylan Goodman was actually a winner over Dingus on Saturday by a pin in just 35 seconds. So this one is far outlasted that effort.
If he's able to use his bar effectively, he's got to be careful not to pull it away from the body. Now has a double arm bar. Once you collect it both this ways, if he spins down and collects it out towards the head, he's able to. He's got the other end solid. There it is.
There's a pin. Dylan Goodman, Southwestern, a win by fall. You're watching live high school wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Back at Central York High School, we move on with a couple of forfeits now as we move to 220. It's going to be Tommy Morris of Southwestern. He's going to get a forfeit win there. And then at 285, it's Michael Wolfram of Central York. He was a winner by forfeit there. So with that, we flip things around and we go to the lightweights as we go to 106 pounds now.
I think we've got Garrett Bretz versus Josh Martz from Southwestern. Bretz from Central York, Martz from Southwestern, and we flip from the heavies down to 106.
106 match presented by Highmark.
Great job by Martz fending that off, and now in a position to earn the takedown. He does earn the first 2 in this match. He's got another cross wrist tilt situation. Now trying to work a half. Gather hands close to the out of bounds line. He has to be careful and ensuring he grabs all the fingers and not just a couple. Out of bounds.
Just to bring you up to date with the team score, the forfeit at 220 in favor of Southwestern made it 15-6. And then the forfeit at 285 for Central makes it now 15-12, still in favor of the Southwestern Mustangs. As we come close to the end of period number 1 at 106 pounds.
Actually, Martz had that half in really deep, began to turn, and a great job by Garrett Bretson fending that off and both turning away and chicken winging his arm down to be able to get back to his base. But again, needs to get his face off the mat. He's going to hang down there. He's going to find himself in more vulnerable positions, and one of these times you're going to have Martz be able to actually be in a much better position to turn him.
So we come to the end of period number 1, 2-0 advantage.
Martz defers. Bretz chooses the defensive position to begin the second period. Clean start. After spending a half of a period underneath, he didn't have enough, so he chose to go right back down there. And Martz is finishing or starting where he left off there in the second period by trying to work tilts and turns. Potentially dangerous there. Getting a restart.
Martz of Southwestern was a 6-0 winner on Saturday.
Better attempt to try to move from Garrett Bretz to get out. He's got to put 1, 2, 3 moves together. And again, getting out from the bottom is a matter of will, and you cannot do it with your head on the mat. Now trying to work another half attempt. He's out to the side. Now he's got it deep. It's great job by Bretz to be able to continue to fight through as he was getting put towards his back. Instead of getting stuck there, he went with the momentum and punched his arm through to avoid having to give up any points or potentially get pinned. That half was deep. Doesn't catch it in the right way. No back points. Mark's still the aggressor and still in control from the top position. Working combinations, trying to earn points. There it is again. He just has to get his hips more underneath and catch it with both the hands and the legs. He earned 2 there. Referee Willie Metzger said he counted 2. Got to be careful to hang on here. Again, this half situation, this could be dangerous. He's close to the out of bounds line, but he's now went from 2-point near fall to assuredly a 3-point near fall. And again, he's got to be careful not to continue to try to fight to get out of bounds. And as long as supporting points are in here, he can be pinned out of bounds right now. So remember, rule change in effect here. And in this case, actually it looked like, he said that they went out of bounds. That was a good call by the official and a safe way out. It looked like the actual hole was turning illegal there, but instead of calling anything, saying that they were out of bounds with their supporting points.
So Josh Martz of Southwestern, good second period action there as he comes up and will take a 5-0 advantage into period 3 at 106.
Great job. Again, Bretz clearly wanted to get out there to his feet. Was able to control hands and then get arm between the body and face him. Now up 6-0. Martz trying a headlock there. A little bit of desperation, not in a really good position to do it. Giving up another 2 now, making it 8-0. And again, keeps looking back. You can't keep looking back. He's given up this half, and now again it's pretty deep. You can't expect himself to continue to fight off his back, and he did not. Finally ended it.
So Josh Martz of Southwestern, a winner by fall at 106. You're watching live high school wrestling on High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
Welcome back to Central York. It's Southwestern now with a 21-12 lead over the home Panthers of Central York. As we now move on to our 113-pound match presented by Mazziti and Sullivan.
Looks like we've got Tyler Schaller for Central York and Caleb Martz. Looks like the brother of Josh Martz. Out of bounds, no takedown, still neutral. Schaller in on a single leg, tries to switch across to a double. Able to do it. They're in the first two. Now bow and arrow. Trying to grab and pull that head and near knee together for a near side cradle. Actually, he's able to successfully lift him up off the mat. I don't know if he has it locked, but he certainly has him turned, and there it is.
There was a pin.
That was nifty.
Another pin at 113 pounds. You're watching live high school wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
A 120-pound match is a forfeit. So we now move on to our 126-pound match. Logan Pollock of Central
versus Casey Dahl. Again, this is a quick one this weekend.
Just 42 seconds. Pollock was the winner by fall.
Pollock now around again. First two. Waste no time trying to move into a power half here. Trying to grab the far arm as he's digging it in, unable to get the half in. Now again, power halfing it from the near side. Needs to flatten him out before he tries to run it. He should probably pull in and swing him. There it is. That's exactly what I'm saying. Pull him and swing him. There it is. Puts him on his back. Looks like he's got it tight. And there it is. The referee wasn't in a great spot there underneath. That was clearly more than 2 seconds. Still Dahl is trying to fight it off and actually does a great job of punching his arm through and switches it from being underneath the near pin. Now could make a huge swing of things. Oh, earns 2 reversal and then also 3 near fall. So probably will be 5-5. And now a quick 2 again by Logan Pollock. Back out to a 7-5 lead. That was a real flurry of events there.
It's another candidate for move of the match. We have a couple of them already to choose from tonight.
And I think Pollock is really angry now and probably wants to end it. 17 seconds to go. He's got a near side cradle. Dahl still fighting it. Either out of bounds or the time will expire.
And we have the ladder. Time up in period number 1. Just to bring you back up to date here with the scoring as far as team is concerned. Tyler Schaller's pin for Central at 113 made it 21-18. And then the forfeit at 120 for Southwestern now makes it Mustangs 27-18. As we start period number 2 at 126. This match at 126 presented by Groff Tractor.
Pollock from the defensive position. Classic sit out, turn in. Able to pop his head out there. Earn 2 to extend it to 10-5. Now, again, straight up to this power half. Really still stuffing his head. Trying to pull the head underneath. Far arm. Trying to step through there. Now throws the leg in. Looks like trying to get the second boot in over top. Only one in. Now which gives him a whole lot more leverage to throw that power half. He's going to throw that power half, twist him underneath, and then once he has it, probably jump out of the legs, jump to the side and try to run it. He does, and he's got it tight again. Great job by Dahl fighting it off. Comes through again.
Good defensive effort by Casey Dahl so far. That's twice now.
Yep. Both of those were really, really good positions for Pollock. just unable to secure him. Dahl rolling through and bridging and punching his arm through to get out.
In both instances there, George, was there anything Pollock could have done differently to finish it off?
Post. You got to post your hand to the other side, and you got to make sure your weight becomes perpendicular. You can't go through too much. You got to pull up on that head the whole time you're twisting down chest to chest. So, and if somebody's going to roll through, you know, post that far arm. Keep your weight balanced.
So Logan Pollock of Central, a good second period there. He's in a major decision category right now as he has a 13-5 lead over Casey Dahl of Southwestern. Here's another quick look at this one.
Casey Dahl selecting the neutral position to begin the third period and immediately is taken down. Extends the lead to 15-5. And back to the grind on the back of the neck. Again, just trying to work that power half. Goes from a power half, hangs onto that leg a little bit. Now looking at the near side cradle. He's got to back it up, put his head in the side. There it is. Then you want to run that leg to the head, which he's done. Now got to be careful, balance yourself. Flatten it out. Be careful not to allow him to roll through. There you go. That's it.
There it is. Logan Pollock of Central York, a winner by fall at 126. You're watching live high school wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
Hit the road with Jack. Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over $20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale, too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at Giambalvo.com.
So Logan Pollock's fall at 126 has tightened things up for Central York. They now trail Southwestern 27-24 as we move on to 132, sponsored by Jack Giambalvo.
I think we'll get it confirmed, but I think we've got Mason Myers versus Adam Live. Myers right in on the single. Live underneath. That's illegal. You cannot scissors the head from the neutral position at any time. Scissoring the head is an illegal move. And 1 point awarded to Mason Myers. Nice stuck on it. Looks like so Live really comes up hurting. Did something to his knee there. It did not look good. He's in bad shape.
So while we have timeout here on the mat, having back pain, get a free copy of our book, Back to Normal. High School Sports Live is proud to partner with Mazziti and Sullivan, a provider of substance use and mental health counseling services for teens and adults at 4 convenient locations across central Pennsylvania since 1983. Visit them at MazzitiandSullivan.com or call 1-800-809-2925. That's Mazziti and Sullivan. We listen, we help.
Yeah.
Here's another look at the injury.
It came down. It looks like his knee completely twisted out of joint. And believe it or not,
he's up on his feet.
Up on his feet. I don't know how much of the injury time that he used, but looked like he was in excruciating pain at the time that it occurred. He's still trying to work it out. The clock is now out. He needs to be prepared and present himself ready to wrestle, which he does. I don't believe there's no injury time left.
Probably got the adrenaline flowing on that. You never know what you can do.
It looked ugly, and based upon his facial expressions, Didn't know if he could continue, but shows some grit and determination. Is back out there in the bottom position, trailing 3-0. Is Adam Leib.
So Mason Myers starting in the top control position.
Knee did not bother him there. Quickly onto his feet, but great job by Myers to bring him back down to the mat. Off the mat. Live still showing some effects of that knee injury, limp back that way. Again, trying to an attempt to get back to his feet again, head on the mat, trying to grip the hands and work the hands from the bottom. Needs to do that and put 2, 3, 4, and 5 moves together in order to get out. Great job by Myers controlling it. Almost earns 2 with the tilt. Actually does earn 2. Saying that it is 2 near fall. Earned. 10 seconds remaining. He's trying to earn another 2.
So 5-0 advantages. We're going to go to period number 2 at 132 pounds. George, it's hard to believe the first of the big postseason events, the District 3 Team Championships, just 2 weeks away.
Yep. It's an exciting time for team wrestling. Exciting time here in Central Pennsylvania. Exciting time around the state. A lot of quality teams gearing up and trying to refine their lineup, be prepared to compete for their district tournament, and then at Hershey, Pennsylvania for the state team championship. Interesting to note, in this match, Adam Leib now getting called for stalling, was a winner in a decision this weekend. 9-4, now trails 6-0 in this match. Mason Myers, again, still looking like the aggressor. Now again, back underneath for a single leg. Trying to trap it. Gather, he's only got 1. He needs to gather 2, which he does successfully. Now extends the lead to 8-0. Leib now controlling the hands, able to face him up for his first point of the match. 55 seconds to go. They're on their feet, 8-1.
Both of these teams not in contention for a District 3 team berth, but 2 teams at which they're very familiar with are Spring Grove, currently the top-ranked team in District 3 in Class AAA. New Oxford comes in at number 3, and they will have a big match coming up, I believe, next weekend.
I'll tell you, I don't know what the match this weekend looked like, but Mason Myers has dominated. Especially from the neutral position, now with a 10-1 lead and still in control from the top position. As the clock winds down.
So 2 periods now in the books at 132. Mason Myers of York, Central York with a 10-1 advantage. Here's another quick look.
Leib selecting the defensive position to begin the 3rd period. Caution on top man.
Interesting to point out that this was the match that ended Saturday's match.
And it ended in a different outcome for Southwestern.
Leib's 3-point decision made the final margin 4 points for Southwestern.
It's a good job of controlling the hands there, ripping them, facing now 10-2. We're in major decision area. Actually, the action's picking up as we're here in the third period. Both guys looking refreshed. Not too worse for the wear after 2.5 periods of wrestling.
Yeah, they don't even look like they're breathing heavy.
Yep.
Live still with a slight limp, and he went back to the center of the circle there.
Yep. I tell you, Myers being the aggressor, got to be careful. There you go. That's an attempted come around, and then he just was able to control wrists and get two takedown, close to earning 2 near fall there. He looks a lot stronger in this case. Both of them fighting hands down below. Live doing a good job of controlling the hands, but he needs to get away, not just spin through.
Final minute, 132.
This could be a 4-point swing from this weekend. Actually, it'll be a 7-point swing. It stays this way. Live now starting to get a little bit out of control. Referee needs to maintain order.
Mason Myers hangs on. He could be a strong candidate for our wrestler of the match, considering he lost Saturday to come back and come up with a major decision tonight, possibly.
And again, this is a big point here for Myers. He's trying to fend off a late attempt from Live in order to avoid a major decision, and now is able to block them all 5, 4, 3, and actually continues to press underneath. Now looking for a dump and gets it right at the end. Way to wrestle through the whistle. That may be the wrestler of the match here. And Live doesn't want to shake hands, but does on the way off the mat.
Mason Myers of Central York, winner at 132. You're watching Live High School Wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Win by Mason Myers of Central York at 132 has put the Panthers in front. They now have a 28-27 lead for the Mustangs of Southwestern as we move on to 138. This match presented by Jack Giambalvo.
Looks like we've got Brett Morgan from Central York versus Chance Eshelman from Southwestern. Brett Morgan, first takedown.
Stay tuned, folks, as the number of matches start to wind down. Our post-match show presented by Mazziti and Sullivan. The move of the match presented by Capital Region Insurance Agency. And we were just talking about our wrestler of the match be presented by Hoffman Ford.
We got Morgan now with the nice bar, and he's running it long ways. He's got to be careful. Continue to make sure he keeps the other arm trapped, doesn't have it solid. Has to make sure that he doesn't just roll through without having anything else hooked. He wants to ease it up, stop searching for the other arm, and come around on top and throw a reverse half. He's not going to pin him in this situation. Now here you go. Now he stays on that side and is able to throw a half. Now reverse it. Tries to throw a leg in now. I don't know about that, but still has the bar there. He's got to gather that other hand. Now lets it go, earns 3. Working a 2-on-1. Not a whole lot happening here as the period winds down. 5-0 lead. Brett Morgan over Chance Eshelman.
Rematch from Saturday, it was Morgan by pin over Eshelman in 2:24. So we got the 2 out of the way. Let's see what happens in the next 24 seconds here, huh? Morgan up 7-0 as we start period 2.
Yep, started a defensive position, immediately escapes. Put him in major decision zone. Now trying to go back under for a single. Hung on to the head a little bit too long. Again, want to work those inside ties. Out of bounds. Immediately off the whistle. Dives down to a low single. Trying to come out the back door. Does so. Ten to nothing. But again, just like the swing in the last match, John, you know, again, you're expecting 6 here. So,
well, with still half a match to go and get 5 more points, maybe get at least get 5 if he doesn't get the fall.
Careful.
So far, he's pitching the shutout.
I think strategy here, though, is you send out Eshelman and say, try to stay off your back. Don't give up many bonus points. That's a victory.
And that's one of the things to the novice wrestling fan. They don't realize you could actually win by losing.
Correct.
By
From
not
the team
giving up those
perspective,
extra points as far as the team is concerned.
And it's tough to understand in a sport as tough as wrestling that there are team and moral victories. But they certainly are. Now Morgan with a tilt situation and now still has the bar. He's already earned 3. Now he's going to go up. Look like he wants to put him in pinning criteria before he tries to do anything with the head. Wants to be careful not to scissors at all here. He can't touch his legs together around that head. Now he switches it up. There you go.
He beat the clock. 2 seconds.
Nope.
Nope. He's going to get 3. So it's going to be 13-0. Brett Morgan of Central York as we go to period number 3 now at 1:38.
If he's going to want to pin him here, he takes him down. He's got to take him immediately to his back because you're able to be ahead 15, but if you're in a pinning position, you have to let the situation continue.
Let it play out.
Yep. So he gets the takedown. The match will end if he's not taking Eshelman directly into criteria. Front headlock. If he gets the takedown, it's got to be over. He never gave it up. Now he does it. Again, not into criteria.
And
I agree with the referee.
A tech fall by Brett Morgan at 1:38 for Central York. You're watching live high school wrestling. Presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
So Central York has now stretched its lead over Southwestern to 33-27 as we move on to our 145-pound match presented by Hoffman Ford.
45, I believe we've got A.J. McQuaid versus Cameron Stevens. All right, looks like he gave 2 takedowns. And again, I don't know if those near fall points were eminent before the potentially dangerous. But I know he gave 2.
Stevens limping, obviously favoring, it looks like that left knee.
And again, Stevens pinned McQuaid last week. Now down 2-0 early in the match.
Gives up 1.
Yep. Earns 1. With 1 minute remaining. Stevens in, trying to look for a dump. Unable to get it. Trying to hook that elbow and dump him. Still has that elbow hook. McQuaid able to get his arm loose. Back to neutral. Now double leg by McQuaid. Actually now trying to turn in and gain control. Correct, he still has the back leg and is attempting to roll through here. So there is no 2 awarded yet. Good hold by the official, good hold by the official. Can't argue with that call.
So McQuaid, 2-1 lead, going to period number 2. And Stevens is going to take the down position. George, we got a tight one here tonight. We could have a tight one next week. Just throw this out there. Chambersburg at Central Dauphin. Central Dauphin currently number 4 in District 3 in the team rankings. Chambersburg number 5.
And those of you fans around the state know how good Central Dauphin has been over the past 10 years. One of the premier wrestling programs coming out of District 3. And we're looking for a good matchup for next Thursday. So we're selling this one statewide, and we know our wrestlers will be tuned in and our fans. CD's lineup not as solid as it's been in the last several years, but still, as you said, one of the premier teams in District 3.
1 point escape there. It's now 4-2.
It's a really interesting match here.
This one could go a long way to decide the final outcome on this one. So we only have 2 matches to go.
McQuaid in on a single leg. Stevens now countering. Trying to get around. He's got to hook that leg. Great hold again by the official. And again, McQuaid now coming back. He's trying to Merkel. He's trying to link him down. Now he's able to not only take him down, but potentially turn him. McQuaid at least earns the 2 takedowns, extending his lead to 6-2. Now trying to lock up a near side cradle. Gets his head in the side. He's got to work back to keep his head in the side. There it is. He's balling him up. Hopefully he's trying to earn 2. He's a little bit high on that. Again, needs to work his leg out, put his head in the side, gather up the leg and run it towards the head. Going to have a tough time earning 2 from this position. Referee's counting.
Time running out.
Referee's counting.
Not quite.
Earns 3 near fall.
3 points, though. So McQuaid of Central York on senior night coming up with a big effort. Here's another look. Stevens looked like he's just hanging on.
Coach wanted the pin in that situation.
It's going to be McQuaid of Central York taking a 9-2 advantage to period number 3.
And when you go to the table, you can't question judgment there, and get a little tense and heated.
Central up by 6. A win here could put them up by 9 or more with just 2 matches remaining.
Stevens on top. So far, McQuaid has no stalling warnings. The 9-2 lead here. I don't expect him to put himself in any dangerous spot. Referee needs to continue to make sure he promotes the action. McQuaid doing a good job of working his head off the mat, getting to his base. Now he's coming up to his feet. Uh-oh. Trying to work
1 minute.
What we used to call the spread eagle, today they call a banana split.
Goes well with pina coladas, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Really, the banana split is what we'd also refer to as a spladle.
The pina colada reference, that was the house music that was playing when Central came out on the mat to warm up for this one tonight.
First time I've ever seen that be used for high school warm-up music. First for everything all the time, John.
Yeah, you stick around long enough, you'll see
all
everything, right?
And again, referee not calling stalling here, but it's clear McQuaid is not doing anything to promote the action.
Riding it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You got to promote this action here, or he's going to continue to base out, and you're not going to see anything for this third period.
And at this point, with just seconds left, it's not really going to cost him. But
nope. Potentially dangerous. You can't have the legs in and then move to your feet. And saying something here, you might want him, you're trying to encourage your wrestler here. He gets out 1 more point, he gets another bonus point. And he's trying to work it. 9 seconds to go. He needs to get that leg free. McQuaid doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. Makes a really valiant attempt.
Austin McQuaid of Central, a winner by 9-2 decision at 1:45. You're watching live high school wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
We move on to 152. It's Central York now with a 36-27 lead over Southwestern. We, as I said, move on to 152, presented by PHFA, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
Looks like at 152 we have Orion Musty from Central York versus Chris Harris from Southwestern. I stand corrected. So we have Orion Musty again from Central York, and we've got Sullivan. I want to find out his first name here from Southwestern. I'm sorry, Kevin Sullivan from Southwestern. Kevin Sullivan.
Orion Musty and Kevin Sullivan.
Musty out to the 2-0 lead.
Bottom line is Sullivan needs to come up with a win here. It's all over. Central is going to extract some revenge for Saturday's loss.
Actually, the last 3 meetings have been decided by 5 or fewer points, all in the favor of Southwestern. There it is. Orion Musty has a half. Had it deep, but unable to earn any near fall. Great job by Kevin Sullivan fighting that off. Again, Sullivan needs to wrestle with his head off the mat. Try to get hand control and work out. Period's running out.
So Musty 4-0 lead after 1 period. And boy, how things have turned around. After 106, it was Southwestern on top 21-12. And then they've gone on a run. The only win by Southwestern since then was a forfeited 120. The last 5 contested matches have all gone the Panthers' way.
And again, Sullivan really not doing a whole lot knees to knees, but I'm going to say it for about the 5th time tonight. You can't get out with your head on the mat. Basing out. He's got to work up, grab hands, does to his feet.
Driving it back down.
Kevin Sullivan with a small lift. Pressure forward. Musty really has to move. I've not seen I haven't seen referee Metzger call a stalling warning tonight, I don't think. Have you?
There may have been one. Maybe not. I may stand corrected on that.
Caution. Kevin Sullivan, early start. Clean start. Musty now working to his feet. Back down to the mat. Again, bottom position's a matter of will. You gotta want to get out. Gotta get hand control, create some space, put 2-3 moves together, and be determined not to be held down. And really, Sullivan doesn't have a whole lot here. He's got a hammer lock in, but not much on the other side. Entire 3rd period has been spent by Orion Musty on his face.
So we'll move to period 3. George, interesting article in New York Dispatch this week by Steve Heiser saying how the York Adams League is kind of mirroring a national trend where participation numbers are down and forfeits are up. And he points out that a week ago tonight, last Thursday, there were 9 matches involving York Adams teams. Okay, and in those 9 matches, there were 57 forfeits. Is that something that the average wrestling fan should start to be a little bit weary of?
Well, Pennsylvania nationally is one of the best places in the country for high school wrestling. There's been times where regionally we've seen numbers down. I think they're down generally throughout the state, and I know that article cited a number of reasons why. Everything from folks and kids specializing in single sports to, the pecking order being set to how difficult wrestling is as a sport. It's something you've got to be fully committed to. There's no one else to blame, and it's not something that doesn't come without significant hard work. But sad to see the numbers down in this region this year, and certainly know both programs here are working very hard to get kids who have the strength and discipline to come out for wrestling in high schools of this size to make sure that they're considering this sport not just to participate but also to help them in life.
I mean, it's tough when you have 14 different weight classes too.
Very interesting in that move, Kevin Sullivan was attempting a lateral drop and got caught and then ended up still coming out on top. Again, 5-2, and you got another situation where the bottom guy is doing nothing. You got to call stalling here.
30 seconds to go.
Based out with a 5-2 lead, you got to call stalling. There it is. And again, you can't let him continue to stay down there. He's still not doing anything at all. You got to force him to move there. Now letting him up. It's going to end 6-2.
6-2. Ryan Musty at Central York, the winner. So that's going to clinch it for the Panthers with one match to go. You're watching live high school wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
Hit the road with Jack. Hit the road with the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 8 great franchises in 3 locations. Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, and Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. A Giambalvo family dealership. Over 20 million in new and pre-owned inventory with unbeatable service after the sale too. There's a reason the Giambalvo family's been a part of your community for decades. Hit the road with Jack and find out why. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 3 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
Go ahead.
Down to our last match of the night. It's at 160 pounds. Presented by Connections Charter Academy. And it's Ethan Bainey of Southwestern.
Tanner Schaller. Zach Wiltshire.
Zach Wilshire, yep. Zach Wilshire of Central taking on Ethan Bainey of Southwestern.
Trying to do a guillotine here. He can't lock it until he is in pinning position, which he is. Now comes over top, locks it up. That's a painful spot to be in. There he goes. He's twisting him down. There it is.
He gets it. Ethan Bainey, Southwestern, a win by fall to close things out tonight. We'll be back to wrap things up as you're watching live high school wrestling from High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA and Select Medical.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, you two. It's dinner time. When Marcus and Michelle were starting their family, they came to the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency for their home loan. We're proud we could help Marcus, Michelle, and Mia. If you're looking for an affordable home loan or refinancing option, give us a call. We offer down payment and closing cost assistance too. Call us weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or check our website. We're the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. We help home ownership dreams come true.
My 3 CCA students love attending cyber school. They love the interaction with the other families, with their teachers, with the other students. The students will learn on the computer. They have live lessons just like the lessons would be in a typical school when you go to it. As a learning coach, my role is to support my students and facilitate their education. The curriculum is very extensive, and so the students are being challenged every single day in their different subject areas. CCA has helped my family to get a quality education, and it has been a wonderful experience.
living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Welcome back. We're at Central York High School, and this is the Mazzini and Sullivan Post-Watch Report. As the Central York Panthers come up with a 39-33 win tonight over Southwestern. And George, in the beginning, we were talking about perhaps the Panthers pulling the reversal, and they did. They lost Saturday to Southwestern by a score of 39-35. Tonight, they flip it around almost identically and win 39-33.
Well, your play on words is right on. From the
Well,
pregame,
I had to put reversal in there. I mean, you got to throw a wrestling.
You are a prognosticator, and you are always prepared. You keep us on point, and certainly your opening comments were a foreshadowing statement of tonight's match. And after 3 tight matches in the past 2 years, the fourth one was the charm for Central York, and they had 2 matches really where it flipped for them. Instead of giving up 3 points in one case, they earned a major decision, and there was another match also where it flipped from I believe where they had lost in a major decision to where also they won. So tonight was an impressive victory at home for Central York. I was impressed with the gym first time I was here, and it did not disappoint, especially for the Central York fans. We're here beside Southwestern. They were getting a bit rowdy at the end of the match. I don't think they're used to losing in this gym, but credit to Central York and a great team effort tonight. They performed where they needed to and got bonus points where they needed to.
Quick comment. Whenever you wrestle 5 days apart, is there an advantage to facing somebody that you beat, or is it the advantage that you lost to that person before and now you have some motivation to kind of make something up?
I think both comes into play. I mean, you don't want to lose again, and you also know that if you went out there and you did lose and you could have put on a better effort, you got a chance to feel the guy out. You can come out here today with a whole different attitude and turn it around, as we saw, and we're going to show by both our wrestler of the match and by some of the performances that were put on tonight. So I think if used with the right motivation and the right frame of mind, wrestling in that short a time frame could be a huge advantage, particularly in the tight match.
Okay, so let's give out a couple of post-match awards here. First of all, it's going to be our move of the match presented by CRIA, the Capital Region Insurance Agency. And it came at 113 pounds, and it was Central's Tyler Schaller.
I don't know if that was exactly the move of the match, but it happened, I think, during the 113-pound match, and I think it ended up in a fall.
Yep, that was a fall for Tyler Schaller at 113.
Yep.
So our next is the wrestler of the match, and that came at 132 pounds. And this award, sponsored by Hoffman Ford, goes to Mason Myers of Central York. And the reason for that is he lost this match on Saturday by a count of 9-4, flipped things around, and tonight came out on top 12-3.
Exactly what you're saying, John. In this case, he lost a very close match. And for Myers tonight, he came out on fire, both on his feet and in aggression. We saw Caleb Leib get his knee hurt early in the match. But there was no doubt that Mason Myers had a complete turnaround both in his spirit and in his effort tonight, and technically put on one heck of a match, almost earning additional bonus points, not only turning the match around, but potentially even earning additional bonus points for his team, which was a significant swing and made most of the difference tonight in the match.
Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for our Mazzini and Sullivan post-match report tonight. And just to promo our next match coming up next Thursday, it's going to be a big one. in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Chambersburg Trojans and the Central Dauphin Rams from Central Dauphin. That's next Thursday night at 7 o'clock on High School Sports Live. That will be our next broadcast. Next basketball is going to be Susquehanna Township and Lower Dauphin. That will be coming your way on January 23rd at 7:30. So again, to wrap things up here tonight at Central York, the Panthers knock off the Mustangs of Southwestern by a count of 39-33. With my partner, George Hardwick, I'm John Reppitz. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good night.